We have breaking news. Let's get right to it.
Past 24 hours, we've seen 34 new cases of COVID-19 here in Utah.
Following breaking news out of Utah, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake hitting just after 7 a.m. local time, about 10 miles west of Salt Lake City.
You need 100 to 150,000 tests a day.
What is going on in the world? It's Isolation20 Podcast number 822222. I am your host, DreRawka, back here with another podcast, another one for you and I. Today's date is June 21st, and it's the morning time. It's literally about 5:30 in the morning. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like I can just kill this big old thermos of coffee and go conquer the world. Why? Man, I don't know. I'm just blessed. I'm just happy. I'm just thankful. And that's one thing I'm continuing to try to do is be thankful. Thankful for the people in my circle. Thankful for the air I breathe. Thankful for the ability just to walk and do this, right? That's a huge accomplishment in itself, being able to just get up and go, right? And you don't really realize it until you're stagnant, until you are sat down for whatever reason. You know, for me, it was my back surgery. For others, it might be depression. For others, it might be, jail time. You know, these things where your freedoms are limited, right? So just be thankful. Had a really good interview with Brian and Noni. If you are not a unrestricted listener, make sure go check that out. You can find it anywhere that you get audio directories like Spotify, Apple Plus, or Apple Podcasts. Make sure you drop a review, by the way. That's one thing I was told by my homie. It was like, yo, start telling people to leave a review, because I got like 11 up there, which is great. I got a 5-star, knock on wood. Hopefully it stays 5-star. Hopefully I continue to give you content that makes you feel like it's worthy of. That was a really good conversation. It was two fellas that got married. You know, they're part of the LGBTQ plus community. And Lola, the wife with a knife, was like, hey, Dre, how about you have Noni and Brian come on? Because I told her, I was like, yo, your friend Noni and your friend Brian look like a riot. They look like they're a lot of fun. How about you come back, bring them on the podcast? And so she was like, how about you just have them and they could tell their story? I mean, it's Pride Month and it's only fitting. Why not? So yeah, it just worked out, and it just so happened to be Pride Month. So thank you to Brian and Noni for coming by. They brought me a Pride flag as well, so thank you for that. That was really dope. That was my first Pride flag. That was like my first flag period, other than my Verity Esports flag that I have hanging up in the studio. I don't even have an American flag, but that's gonna change because that new Utah state flag, woo, that's heat. It looks dope. Some people say, oh, it looks too close to Texas. I mean, why? Because it has a star in it and it's red, white, and blue. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, what a new traditions, new mark on what Utah is. You know what I mean? Our old state flag, kind of boring. It was just blue with a beehive or something on it, like a state capital or something. It was weird. But this one, bold, red, white, blue, big, bold colors. And then it has the beehive right in the middle of it. It looks real modern. Looks like you'll see it in IKEA or something. Fitting. You know what I mean? Even though IKEA is a Swedish company. I don't know. I had a lot of fun talking with those guys too, because as somebody that's not a part of that community, but somebody that supports that community, I support love. I support creativity. I support positivity. And and if you're doing all of those things, or even just one of those things, you got my support. You know what I mean? I support the legalization of marijuana. I support you being able to love and marry whoever you want, as long as it's, as long as it makes sense, right? I don't want you to go and marry a 12-year-old and you're 36. Like, what are you doing, bozo? Right? But if you're two men, adult men, and you want to get married, do your thing. If you're two adult women and you want to get married, do your thing. If you're somebody that identifies as transgender or whatever that is, do your thing. I don't care. It doesn't involve me. It doesn't hurt me. You know what I mean? And until it does, then I'll cross that path when I get there. Just like anybody else in the street, right? I mind my business until it becomes my business, right? It doesn't matter what your sex is, what your color is, you know what I mean, what it is. If you're an alien, I don't care. Just as long as you're just respectful. Be respectful to others, mind your business, and keep it pushing. That's it. That's all you got to do. And that's what I was getting from them as well. You know, it sucks when you have two men that love each other, or two people that love each other, and they can't even hold hands. They can't even show affection. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're not out there, you know, doing nasties right there in front of everybody, but neither am I and my wife, right? But I'll kiss my wife in public. I'll hold her hand in public. I'll give her a hug in public. You know what I mean? Like, that shouldn't be no different for those two men that love each other. So we talk about that. We talk about some of the hot topics in the LGBTQ plus community, right? Like the latest one was the drag queens reading to kids in school, right? So we dove into that. We talked about that. I got their perspective on it. I gave my perspective on it as well. And yeah, it was just a good conversation. So definitely go check that out. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because those views are going up, and up. We are doing very well. And it's all because of you. It's all because of you liking, sharing, viewing, commenting, doing all the free shit. And I appreciate that so much. Even if you don't buy a hoodie at allrock.com, you can just share. You can just, if you really truly want to support this content, if you really want to support the creator that I am and the stories that are being told on the platform of Unrestricted and the laughs that we have on Unrestricted, make sure you do that. If you want to share it, it's free. Do that kind of stuff. It goes a mile. Like, it goes a long way. It helps the algorithm. It helps being noticed in other states and even other countries. I mean, we're killing it in Germany. And in the UK, we are looking phenomenal. It's really dope. Like, yeah, the German audience, I see you guys, and I want to make it a point. Maybe we do a roll call. Maybe we'll start doing a roll call, and I'll just shout you out. Maybe I'll do that just so I want you to be heard. I want you to be felt. There's a lot of supporters here in Salt Lake City that show a lot of love. And to be honest with you, that's surprising, because it's hard. And a lot of creators can attest to this, and a lot of musicians or whatever. It's hard to get love within your own community. I know it's a weird thing, but it is the majority. Now, you'll get some diehards, you'll get some people that are in your circle, you'll get some family members and things like that. That's a given. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And that doesn't go unnoticed, and it doesn't go underappreciated. But when you talk about the masses in your community, a lot of them will watch, but they won't share, they won't comment, they won't do those things, right? But the people outside of your community do. And mostly, and what I think it is that there's a competitive mentality where it's like, yo, if you win, I can't win, right? If you have a great guess, I can't have a great guess. Or I need to have a better than you. It's like, nah, dog. Like, you know how many people live in our community that don't know us at all? Not even 1% knows who we are. And I tell my friends this all the time. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter your status. It don't matter if you have a bunch of money. Well, it does kind of matter if you have a bunch of money, because then you could put it back into yourself, right? Marketing and all that stuff. But I just feel that the support that I get, I want to make sure that you're seen and that you're felt and that you're heard. That's why I opened the phone line, 385-240-4666, where you can literally leave a voice note anytime, any day, anywhere. Leave a text message, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. That line is for you. Use it. It's open 24/7. If you're at the nightclub and something wild happens and you want to talk about it, you want to have it, talked about on the pod, leave a voice note right there. Just call. It's a voicemail. Boom. You just call. Dre, yo, I'm out here at the club, dog, and I just see this wild thing, man. It's crazy, man. You got to talk about it on your pod. Boom. That's it. Boom. It comes to me. We talk about it on Tuesday. We'll talk about it on Thursday. Whatever. So it's your chance to really be a part of the podcast and grow this audience organically and honestly, right? When you talk about ad sponsors and you talk about people that want to promote on this podcast, there has to be some type of value, and engagement's a huge, valuable thing. And it only starts with you. And what else starts with you is What's That Noise? Your chance to win $25. Let's jump into it. If you're a sports athlete looking for a mouthguard to protect your pearly whites, look no further than All Sports Mouthguards.
All Sports Mouthguards, located in West Jordan, Utah. Come visit us, 1385 West, 9000 South in West Jordan, Utah. We offer high quality, made in the USA, custom molded and custom designed mouthguards.
What?
What?
What is that noise? 385-240-4666 is the number for What's That Noise? Your chance to win money, and all you have to do is guess the noise. It's very simple and very easy. I got a brand new noise here because I was told multiple times, Dre, what are you doing? Bring back What's That Noise? We haven't heard it in weeks. We want a chance to win money. People's win. Mariah won money. Another guest, Alicia, won money. Fonzie and G Daddy won some money, right? Multiple people have won money on this podcast. Just Joseph won some money just from listening, leaving a guess, leaving multiple guesses, and getting it right. You know what I mean? So your chance to win $25. Well, let's do 50. Your chance to win $50 starts now with What's That Noise? And all you got to do again is tell me what this noise is. Now let me see. I got the noise here. Where's the noise? Okay, got the noise here. Okay, listen very quick, carefully. It goes quick. I'll play it a couple times, and don't overthink it. All right, don't overthink it. Here it is. What's that noise? Did you get it? One more time. Very quick, right? 385-240-4666 is the number for What's That Noise? Let me turn the volume up so you can hear it a little bit better. Here you go. Kind of tough, right? One more time. Don't overthink it, all right? On an upcoming episode, the guest guessed a hammer. So I'll tell you straight up, it's not a hammer banging on something. So X that out. It's not that, okay? Get your guesses in. Again, for $50, 385-240-4666 is the number for What's That Noise? Your chance to win $50.
Hey, Dre, would you calm down for a moment and just let me talk? At this point, you're just rambling, all right? What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Will Wonder, and I have a podcast called The Will Wonder Pod. I know, super original name, but I promise you'll love it. We talk sports, we talk music, and generally have some really interesting interviews with people that are doing some really cool things. So make sure you check it out wherever you get your podcast. Once again, that is the Will Wonder Pod. All right, Dre, go on about your business, whatever the fuck you were talking about.
Now, Questions is powered by the good folks over at a bar named Sue. You can catch live music, sports events, including the UFC pay-per-views. Yes, every UFC pay-per-view is shown at a bar named Sue. And if it's not, most likely it's technical issues. You can find more at abarnamedSue.com. I will actually be at a bar named Sue, 8136 South State Street, on July 1st. So you can find me there. Come on out. We have a great time right before the fights. After the fights, the projector goes up, and I play some music for you. So if you and a friend want to come on out. 8136 South State Street in Midvale. Now, before we jump into questions, I want to just say happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. We had a great weekend, and a lot of the questions that I had came during that barbecue, right? During the barbecue with my family and my friends and whatnot. And I was like, yo, don't ask me questions here. You guys see the Instagram posts, you see the Facebook posts, you see the Twitter posts, you see me always put it out there on this YouTube channel every week. And you participate, engage, ask me on the pod. So we'll see if anybody sent me any from the barbecue. Most likely they didn't, because again, your family loves you, but your family ain't gonna really support you. It is no knock to my family. I love them 100%. Okay, question number 1 comes from Jessica in Salt Lake City. Not a family member. Plane, train, bus, or car? I'm assuming this is like a traveling question. Like, would I rather travel by, you know? I'm not a plane guy. I don't like heights. I feel real iffy about planes. It's just an eerie feeling being, you know, shoved into a cylinder and you know, shut off, and you're with strangers, and it's just a weird thing to me. Now, yeah, it's the quicker route. is probably the more convenient route. But man, I don't know. I'm just not a plane guy. Plus, I hear horror stories about people losing their bags and dealing with crazy masked people on planes. It just sounds like a mess. So I would probably X a plane for now. Now, that might change the more I get out of the state, the more I travel. That might change. I might be more of a plane person because I want to get there quick, right? Train, I've never rode a train, like an actual train, like an Amtrak, state to state type of train. I've never done it before. Cross country train. And would I be down? Yeah. I mean, I love riding the tracks. I love that, I mean, other than the crazies that are on there, right? You always got to be on your toes. Whenever you take public transportation, you got to be on your toes. You don't know if somebody's going to try to slash you in the face or try to grope you, or you might get caught up in, you know, the Michael Jackson, you know, Bad Beat It video. You know what I mean? That might happen. And it's happened to me before. I've been caught up in gang wars on Max back in Portland. And when you're taking that subway, you just don't know. So you're always on your toes. But if we're talking about cross country train from state to state, I would try it. But is it my go-to? Probably not. I don't know. Bus, absolutely, positively, no. I will not. If I have to, of course I will. But definitely not. It kind of goes back to being cooped up in a cylinder with a bunch of people you don't know, and a stinky old Greyhound bus, and the driver that doesn't know how to drive that well. Plus, the Greyhound's probably one of the worst dogs ever, right? Like, come on, man. You guys named your bus route after a fast dog. Don't get me wrong, it's a fast dog, but your buses are slow. It should have been like, if it was like the Golden Retriever, maybe I'll take it. But Greyhound? Never met a Greyhound that was actually gray. Most of them are like brown. Yeah. Definitely X that off. So that leaves a car. I'm very familiar with. I've taken a lot of road trips this summer or this year already. I've went to Wyoming. I've went to Idaho, Nevada, I believe, down south. I believe we went down south Utah, southern Utah this year. All in the car. I am a fan of the road trip. I've always been a fan of the road trip. Whenever my dad and we went from Oregon to Utah, I've always enjoyed it. You know, get my little snacks, you know what I mean? Hang out in the back, watch the country. Because, I mean, I come from the concrete jungle where I've never seen a moose. Not a moose, a cow. I mean, you don't see too much of that in the city. You know what I mean? So when we going on these drives, I'm like, yo, there's a cow. Now you see them all over the place out here in Utah. So it's like, yeah, not a big deal. But to see horses and goats and, you know, these type of animals just running around on my way to, you know, across the country, that was always a cool thing. And then you'll see like cool little landmarks and cool things that make a little city big, right? And then just being up 3 o'clock in the morning, going in a convenience store and getting things that you normally don't eat at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, you know, a soda and you know, gummy worms and a donut. It was like, yo, what, Dad? I can get that? Yeah, go ahead, get that. Go ahead. Just to try to keep me happy, right? Just to try to keep my mouth shut while he's on this drive. And then just like listening to music. The music part is where it was, you know, that was a huge part with me and my pops, you know, driving state to state, and he's putting in, you know, Janet Jackson, Velvet Rope, you know, Teddy Pendergrass, Parliament, you know, all these old funk records, on tape, by the way, because this is all, you know, we had like a Kia Sophia back then, I think it was, or there was a little Subaru or something. And that's how we passed the time, was listening to music and just talking. You know, my dad would talk to me and teach me about things, and, you know, just along the way. So that's probably the faster route than a bus and a train, but it's definitely longer than a plane. So I think I'll go car, train, plane, bus. But train and plane can flip-flop. Let's just we'll put that there. Sorry, long answer to a short question. I really appreciate that question, Jessica. Again, not a family member. Jackson in Taylorsville. If you were to gift someone something from your previous Amazon purchase, what would it be? Good question. I like that. If I was to give somebody an item that I previously purchased on Amazon, it would probably be, and I guess it depends on who the person that's receiving it, but I think everybody in 2023 can use an external hard drive. I love my external hard drives. A 4 terabyte works great, especially if you're a podcaster, if you're a creative. This is going to save you a lot of time, and you can keep a library, right? You can literally fill this thing up, shelve it, you can come back to it, you can edit it anytime, and you'll have this database, you'll have this collective of memories right there on a hard drive to be stored anywhere. So that would be my gift, and probably some sunflower seeds, because I like to purchase sunflower seeds. I love sunflower seeds. So there you go. Or maybe some lotion. I just got some cucumber melon Bath and Body Works lotion, so maybe that too. All of those, I'll package all those and give it to you. Maybe that's a good segment. Maybe we do, and I know PK and DK do something similar to this, but maybe we do something to where if you win whatever the game is, you get one of my Amazon purchases. I get to gift you an Amazon purchase from my previous, purchase. It might be vitamins, or it might be, an external hard drive, or it might be new lights, LED lights. I buy all that off of Amazon. So maybe that game coming to that. That'd be cool. All right. Thank you, Jackson. All right. Tank in Portland, Oregon. What posters were on your wall growing up? This is great. My dad always encouraged me to hang up cool different things in my elementary school years and middle school. High school was a little different because it was just a wild time in high school. I definitely had some WWF posters. I had Mankind, The Rock. I've had, who else did I had? I had some Sports Illustrated on my swimsuit edition on my wall. I had this dope Michael Jordan first edition poster, and I think I still got it at home, and it's where he's playing pickup ball. I'll try to find it, and if I can find it, I'll put it up right here. It's Michael Jordan playing basketball. It's pickup ball, and there's a brick wall, bunch of graffiti on it, and my name is actually tatted. It's actually up on the wall. Somebody spray painted my name. Obviously not me, but the name Andre is up on the wall. And that was given to me by one of my friends, Celeste, her dad, Freddie. And Freddie was this big black dude, looked like a cross between Uncle Elroy and Big Worm from Friday, who was a big security dude. He was a security guy. He was like, yo, Dre, here's the poster, man. Take this, go put it up in your wall. It's like, oh, thanks, Freddie. Thank you, Freddie. And I hung it up on my wall, not knowing that my name was on it. And as I was looking up and just analyzing the photo, because I wanted to see what sneakers were on people's feet and whatnot, and I had to be maybe 6 or 7. As I'm looking up and I noticed my name on the wall, I freak out. I tell my dad, I was like, yo, Dad, like my name's on the wall. He's like, oh, that's dope. Anyway, I had that. I had another big Nike. It came from the Nike campus in Beaverton, Oregon. My dad did some work up there, and so they were doing demolition on one of the wings of the Nike campus. And as they were demoing, they had this big poster. The poster had to be about, 12 feet long, maybe about 6 feet tall, huge, took up my whole bedroom wall. And it was magnetic. So you had to take these magnetic plates, screw them in the wall, and then it just snaps on, right? And there was no specific sports athlete. It was just a bunch of athletes, track. And it was the coolest Nike poster wall thing that I had. It was really dope. I wish I had it today, because, man, that would be a cool addition to the studio. Yeah. Other than that, I just had like other random things that hung up on my wall. Of course, I had the bandanas up on my wall because I was stupid. And just some other paraphernalia stuff that I'm not proud of. Nothing horrible, just neighborhood shit, right? Yeah, thanks, Tank. And Jay, last question. Jay in Los Angeles, California. This is Los Angeles. How do you deal with janky promoters? First off, Janky Promoters is a great film. If you haven't seen it's an underrated, underappreciated film. Ice Cube Productions with him, Mike Epps. Who else is it? Young Jeezy's in there. Tiffany Haddish is in there. Who else is in this thing? There's some other actors in it. Oh, is it Lil Bow Wow? No, not Lil Bow Wow. Who else is in it? Who's his son? His son is maybe Lil J? I forget. Anyway, the movie Janky Promoters. I know you didn't ask about the movie Jank. I'm gonna give you this real quick. I'm gonna give you a little gem, little homework. Go Google Janky Promoters Ice Cube. Watch that movie. It came out maybe 2009, maybe 2007, something like that. Hilarious. It's about two promoters in Modesto, California, and they're janky, right? And it ties into your question. Janky promoters to me is those guys that will book an artist but not even have their pay down. They might give them half the deposit. Cool, you got half the deposit, but then you're trying to pay them the rest of the deposit based upon your ticket sales or based upon liquor sales. But when your event doesn't go well, now you're stuck trying to figure out how you're gonna pay somebody. That makes a janky promoter. What else makes a janky promoter is booking somebody and you ain't even lock it down, right? You are promoting a show, but you ain't even lock it down. Yo, we got Young Jeezy coming to Modesto, and Young Jeezy hasn't even got a deposit yet, right? I've seen this multiple times in this city. I've been hoodwinked by promoter out here. Matter of fact, I'll name him because I haven't seen his name ever since. This dude, Dr. Nick, he was a rapper, a battler. You're probably familiar with him if you're in the Salt Lake City area. Nothing personally against this dude. He booked me and my former DJ partner, DJ Jello, on this gig at Barbary Coast, and it was a hip hop festival is what he marketed it as. So there's a bunch of people, and we are DJing the whole event. Hot in the midsummer in Salt Lake City, hot, like 98 to 102 degrees hot. And if you know anything about DJing in hot weather is not good. One, your computer, your system can overheat. You can overheat. It's just not a good look to have a long gig. A 2-hour gig, you can get by. But a 4-8-hour gig, no, that's horrible, right? And we were giving them a steal. We're giving them a steal because, I mean, at the time, we were a really, really popular, I guess you would say, high demand group, right? And Jello was just a killer anyway, right? He's just a really good DJ. And we do the gig, and when it comes time to get paid, he is ghost. He's nowhere to be found. No text message, no letter, nothing. Not even a Facebook message, not even a MySpace, yo, Dre, I got you later. Nothing. And we leave leave the concert without pay. Did all the work all day. Was 100% the people behind the sound and nothing. And it hurt my feelings. Not because I didn't get paid. It hurt my feelings because I had a lot of respect for this promoter, you know? And that's what makes a janky promoter. Don't be janky about it. So how did I handle the janky promoter? And one thing that made me understand is that I need to be better about what I can control. What I can control is getting a deposit beforehand. What I can control is making it clear that we have a contract, especially if you're somebody that don't know, right? Nor know that well. These are things that I can do. And not to say that a contract would do anything differently, because it's not like most of these promoters don't have their own businesses. They're just kind of just doing it, right? It's hard to find a promoter that actually has an LLC or a DBA or anything like that. Like a true business registered with the state, right? I only come across a couple of them, and those people professional, right? But there are some that aren't. Another one in Utah County, he was a promoter on a show, but he was also an artist trying to throw a show. A Haitian dude out here named Faya. And again, No disrespect to him. He was young, but we did a show at the UVU Center. It was, who was it? Cali Swag District, I believe. The dudes that do the Cat Daddy song. Me and Jello, again, come up. Did not get paid. And we live in Salt Lake City. We live in the tri-state area, like in, Taylorsville. I believe at the time, Jello lived in he lived in Kearns. I was in Murray, and we traveled all the way out to Utah County with all of our equipment and put on a show. Great show, by the way. Great performance. And at the end, he didn't pack it out. So he didn't have he didn't have our money. All right, well, can we do installments? Nothing. Ghost. You know what I mean? And even to this day, that was like 12 years ago. Still nothing. And it's okay. It is what it is. People are young. People figuring things out. Might have been his first show, whatever. But the way that you deal with these janky promoters or janky people in general is be about your business. You know what I mean? Just be about your business. It's all business. And one thing that I've learned is that sometimes business is, if you do business, sometimes people think that you're being a dick or being rude or whatever. In reality, you're just covering your ass. You're making sure that you're getting what you're due, right? And if I say, hey, we need a contract for this, it's not me saying I don't trust you. It's me saying, yo, we're doing a business transaction. Well, let's be professional. Let's do it the way that you would with anybody else. If you go and take a loan out from your bank, you're going to have a contract, right? If you go and buy a new car, you're going to have a contract, right? All these things are contract affiliated because it says, hey, we're being tied to this. We both have an understanding, and us signing this contract understands that we both have agreements and things that we have to come up with, right? I'm going to show up to your gig. I'm going to perform. And in return, you're going to provide me with these goods. And this is my rider. So you're going to have to bring me a table. You're going to have to give me, $100 tab on the bar. I need a chair. I need fans. You're going to have to bring speaker, right? Whatever the case is. There's just a clear understanding. And I feel like if you could do that, it will eliminate janky promoters somewhat. At least you're covering your ass.
Are you sick of podcasts that just interview people with the same questions and gossiping nonsense?
Are you tired of hearing about what's wrong with the world? Can you locate your nearest orphanage?
Who cooked the Last Supper?
R.I.P. Mr. Potato Head.
Seppuku Harakiri.
Where is Mavis Beacon?
This is Hos.
And this is Host Beefy.
Listen to the Beans and Rice podcast.
Exclusively in Braille and all streaming platforms.
Patent pending.
The name says it all.
You know my name.
This is Are You Dumb?
Are You Dumb is powered by the good folks over at Blue Jay Hard Ciders, where refreshing, flavorful, low-calorie drinks are always on the menu. Right now, the Margarita, the Mexican Mule, the Paloma. This is a summer drink right here. Phenomenal and refreshing. All available in this variety pack that you can get at your nearest grocer. Enjoy Blue Jay today and always drink responsibly. You can get more information at bluejayseltzer.com. Now, the Utah Jazz, woo-wee, they are cooking. Not only are they cooking with, certain trades and some people say tanking. I don't say tanking. I say being strategic with picks, being strategic with the roster that they have. On top of that, they went back to the Delta Center. They're bringing back a healthy we're one vibe. Not only that, but they have cured the issue with television. For the longest time, I would have YouTube TV because I live in 2023 and I believe in technology. Some technology, I get it. It's scary. I get it. ChatGPT is crazy. I get it. But what the Utah Jazz are doing right now, allowing every single Utah being able to watch every Utah game is incredible. Because I can't tell you how many times I go on to YouTube TV and I go, oh, the game's on? Oh, let's watch it. Oh, unrestricted in your area. The hell? It's my home team. Let me play it. Let me watch it. Come on, I'm here to support. I want to see Lauri Markkanen do his thing. I want to see Walker Kessler do his thing. JC, Sexton, I want to see these guys play. and I can't watch it. Why? Because I'm in a restricted area. What is this? Area 51? This ain't no restricted area. They're right down the street. Come on. Let me watch it from the comfort of my home. Well, they did it. They did it. You are now going to be able to watch every Utah Jazz game on K-Jazz. And if you are unable to have K-Jazz, or whatever the case is, if you have the antennas on your TV still, whatever, you can get it. They're gonna have a streaming platform with Seg Media. It's incredible, man. That's the cool thing about having a rich owner like Ryan Smith, somebody that really cares about the product, somebody that really cares about the Utah and the Utah Jazz and moving this culture forward. I love their involvement in the community. I love their involvement socially. And I just love where this team is headed. I love where this organization is heading. And I think that it's only going to get better. And what do I mean by that? I mean, Ryan told us at All-Star Weekend, he's like, yo, we got technology that we're going to be implementing in our arena and for our players. And I think that being forward thinking, being in a technology-based team and organization, it's going to make players want to come here. They're forward thinking. They are so beyond their time, right? Think about this. Think about being an NBA player, having the best facility, having the best technology to even grow your own brand, right? Because at the end of the day, these players, yes, they're here for a championship, but they're also, in my opinion, here to build their brand. I feel like that's why you tie yourself to certain organizations, is to build your own awareness, your own brand. So how do you do that? Well, let's use the technology that is coming out. You know what I mean? We're going to be getting behind the scenes vlog type content, getting to know the team a little bit better, and that's where you win. And I'll tell you what, sidebar, the Jazz Nation podcast, my man Will Wonder Daniel, they had a tremendous, terrific interview with Walker Kessler, who was a center for the Utah Jazz. And before then, I knew Walker Kessler because he was a player, right? But I've never even heard this man speak. I never heard what his voice sounded like. I watched the interview, and I love this dude even more now. Now I'm like, I want to go get a Walker Kessler jersey. I'm rooting for Walker Kessler. Even if he leaves the Jazz, I still want this man to win. It was the same thing I had when I watched the Post Malone, Joe Rogan interview. It was like, I understand Post Malone. I've seen him. You know what I mean? I get it. But I didn't have no connection. When I heard him speak and he was talking about things that I connect to, oh, man, Posty, man, let's go. Number one fan, let's go. 24 karat. I'm buying the album. Let's go. I got free Apple, but hey, I'm going to buy the album. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with what the Jazz are doing now. Once we get this behind the scenes, think about this. Think about the concerts that come to the Delta Center. Example, when the radio station brought out Ice Cube and the throwback tour, right? Ice Cube, In Too Deep, Daz and Corrupt, J-Fad, Melly Mel, right? That right there was incredible in itself. But who came strolling along when the Ice Cube came out? The Utah Jazz. Who went viral? Jordan Clarkson dancing up there with Ice Cube and Dub C. And this is the type of content that we're going to be able to see. We're going to be able to see these guys, and we're going to see their personalities off the court as well. Think about when the monster truck, Monster Jam comes to the Delta Center. If it's an off night, I would love to see, the point guard jump into the monster truck and go for a ride. That'd be cool. Like, show everything. Give the experience of an NBA player. Let us see what it's like, right? Show us. And if they go super deep, if they show us what it's like to be an NBA player during the hard times, during the times when we lose a game, right? Show the negative comments. Put people on blast. If those people online talking shit about the NBA players, put them on blast. They probably won't, right? Because that's muddy waters. But I think it would open up people's perspective on the way these people live their lives. They're normal people just like you and me, only they have a microscope on them, right? They are being enhanced by 10 times full. If one of those players came out and they don't sign an autograph, they're instantly being called certain names, and I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of having harsh criticism against athletes and against celebrities not taking the time to show appreciation to their fans. I've done it before, but I also changed my perspective on it. Who knows? That person might have just got a phone call in the locker room. They might have just got a call saying, hey, you're being traded, or hey, something bad happened in your family. And they might not want to sign your autograph. There's no emotional connection for you and them, right? So maybe showing that portion too. Maybe it gives the fan an understanding, and maybe the fan will be more empathetic and more compassionate when they get a no, or when they get ignored, whatever the case is. I think you need to realize that these guys are human too. You know what I mean? So I think they have a cool opportunity to show that with the technology and with the direction they're going with Seg Media. I'm just excited to be able to have my home team and see them again. 1B, again, 1A's the Blazers. If Damian leaves, which is looking like he might be out of here, then maybe Utah jumps up to 1A. Maybe. I mean, I'm still a Jazz fan, but I'm not like I've already told you, this is a broken record at this point. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I think that's really cool. Now you might be asking, Dre, why did you put that in dumb news? Well, I think it's dumb that we're not able to watch every Utah Jazz game now. I mean, now we are, but last season we weren't. So I'm glad you guys figured that out. North Carolina man wins $2 million from a $20 scratch-off ticket. Another reason why I'm putting this in dumb is because we don't have the lottery here in Utah. I should have the opportunity to we in Utah, we should have the opportunity to scratch a ticket and win $2 million like this man in North Carolina. Come on, give us that opportunity. I'm going to Idaho this weekend, so I'll definitely grab some scratches. Who knows? Maybe that's the big payoff. If you notice that your boy is gone, or if I'm doing the podcast from the beach resort, you know what it is. And I didn't drive there. No, actually, maybe I did drive to San Diego. I don't even take a plane. Maybe I drive. Man, congratulations to that man for winning that $2 million. Let me know what you would do with the money. How would you spend? What's your first purchase? Let me know. 385-240-4666 is the number. Lock it in your phone. Let me know what you would purchase with that $2 million. New Pusha T music previewed while at Pharrell's first Louis Vuitton show. Impossible jabs at Jim Jones. Now, we know Jimmy had a lot to say about Pusha T. Now, some people say that we were sensitive as being Pusha T fans. But when you say that he's not dope and, all he does is rhyme about drugs, come on, Jimmy. We love you, Jimmy. But you knew we were waiting for a shot back. We knew we were waiting for come back. And out of the small snippet that we heard on Twitter, man, Surgical Summer 2 or Surgical Summer, is it gonna be? Are we gonna get this soon? Summer's in what, 4 days, 5 days? Are we gonna get this drop next Friday? I don't know. I'm here for it. You know me, and do we hear Malice on it? I'm just saying, new Pusha T music, I am all for it. I want to hear it. Give me it all, even if it's a beef record. I don't want to condone beef, but if it is, hey, let's go out with a bang. Let's do it. All right, Meghan Markle accused of faking her podcast. So if you remember, what is it, the Duchess, something like that. She's a part of the royal family. She married into the royal family. They denounced the royal family. They moved to America. They were helping out and doing charity and stuff. And then that ended real quick, right? After you don't ever see them do no charity no more. Maybe they'll follow them everywhere. Maybe they still are. Maybe charity isn't to be broadcast. I get it. I'm the same way. I love it. But Spotify gave her a podcast deal back when they were giving out everybody a podcast deal. Michelle Obama had one. Obama had one. I think even Susan Sarandon had a podcast at one point. You know what I mean? And Meghan Markle was one of the ones that got the deal. Now, here's what people are speculating. Here's what people are speculating. She's accused of having guests on her podcast, her not being there, her staff asking the questions, running the interview, and then in post-production, Meghan coming through and giving her asking the questions and giving her rebuttal to things. In 2023, this is very easy to do. It is very easy to do a podcast or do an interview and you not even be there. It's scary. It's scary and it's disgusting. Why? Because the people, they're subscribing to your podcast, they're subscribing to your content, they're pressing play because they want the authentic stuff. They want you. They want to hear Meghan Markle talk to whoever and be genuine and it be a genuine conversation. It's not going to be for everybody. This content stuff isn't supposed to be for everybody. But there's a group, there's a tribe that will gravitate to that. And if they're getting hoodwinked, if they're being bamboozled into something that's fake, shame on you. Now, I have nothing to back this up. I have no documents. I have nothing. Just the article that I read on the New York Post. I hope it's not real, man. I hope that we don't get to the point where AI is just doing fabricated interviews and podcasts and content. And it already is, but I'm saying on a mass level, right? On a mass level, that would suck because it's not genuine. It's not real. It's not honest, And I feel like that's where we live, right? We live for the realness. That's why I feel like a lot of things that were fabricated back in the day are dying off now. Now you use your imagination on what that is. There was a lot of fabrication that was happening in the 1900s that in these 2000s, in these 2020s, it will not live and they're dying off. You use your imagination on what that is. Own your shit. Be your person. Build your own shit, I guess you would say, right? Okay. Stephen A. Smith may be the newest host of Wheel of Fortune. Now, on his latest podcast, he was talking about it because, not Alex Trebek, what's the other dude's name? I forget the guy, the main host right now. Anyway, he's retiring. He's calling it quits. He's been doing it a long time. Wheel of Fortune is gonna go on, right? It's a old school game show that we love. I love Wheel of Fortune. I love the Price is Right. The only one I didn't really mess with was Jeopardy. I thought it was too wordy. Come on now. Oh, we got no time. Let me buy a vowel. Why I gotta buy a vowel? Just give me the damn vowel. Come on now. But yeah, on his latest podcast, Stephen A. said, "Hey, my mother loved Wheel of Fortune. Might as well host it." How do you think that would go? How do you think Stephen A. would do hosting Wheel of Fortune? I think he would do good. I think he would have fun with it. I think he would be able to show his personality. I know he already shows his personality, but have fun with it. You ain't gotta be so analytical. You don't gotta be all debatable. Just go in there, have fun. You know what I mean? He has it in him. You can tell he has that comedic relief, quick, witty comeback type of thing. You know what I mean? Especially during college week, right? I would like to hear him, and then he can have all the sports guys come on. Sports week. I'm excited to see what Wheel of Fortune does with it. I think I'm gonna tune in to see, how they determine who's gonna host. Are they gonna have a whole bunch of guest hosts, and then boom, this is the main guy or main gal? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Hey, yo, you're probably listening to the Unrestricted Podcast with DreRawka.
We are?
No, they are.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
And I'm the real Ruby. You can catch me and Fonzie and the Funk, G Daddy Funk on Lake Talk 801 Podcast.
Yeah, but I think you have to come in more smoother, more funnier. And they could catch us on the Lake Talk 801 Podcast.
Yeah, y'all can catch us on the Lake Talk 801.
Yeah, and be like, and yeah, man, hey, and they could catch people like me, the real Ruby, and people like you, Fonzie, and people like him, G Daddy Funk, on the Lake Talk 801. Who cares?
What did he say?
Huh?
I didn't hear him.
I don't know, but this probably should be the ad.
Are these on?
Catch a new episode every Monday on all streaming platforms. The Lake Talk 801. Tune in now.
And now the movie review segment you didn't ask for. It's Down in Front.
Down in Front segment is looking for a sponsor, so if you want a sponsor, reach out to your boy at DreRawka on Instagram or Andre at allrock.com. Okay. Now, John Wick. I watched John Wick 4. Maybe I need to watch it again. I was a little tired when I watched it the first time. I wasn't really impressed. I wasn't really that impressed on this latest John Wick movie. And I know it's been out for months now, but here's the latest news is that we're getting a John Wick director's cut attached with 15 new minutes. Now, is this more gory? Is this more action? It has to be more, right? I think I seen an article that said that John Wick is less than 1,000 words scripted. That's insane. That's insane to have a movie that is less than 1,000 words scripted. I think it was John Wick 2, I think. But that's crazy. That's all action. It's action packed. Yeah, so all the John Wick lovers out there, you got a director's cut coming for you. Something else coming. Pause. Sonic 3. Now, contrary to popular belief, I am a fan of the new Sonic series. I think they're doing a phenomenal job on it. I know at first, remember when Sonic was about to come out and they showed what Sonic looked like, the public said, no. Y'all need to go back in there. Y'all need to redo this because he looks crazy. And what they do, oh yeah, Sonic's going to be delayed. We got to work on some things. And then they came back and then we get the Sonic that we have today. But I'm a huge fan of Sonic. You know, I got that white dude that's in everything that we don't know about. Yeah, there's notable actors in it, but I don't really know him. Jim Carrey kills his role. I mean, but Jim Carrey's a GOAT. And I feel like Jim Carrey is an actor, a comedian that doesn't really get that love. And I don't think he will until he passes. That dude is a genius. If you look at his stand-up, when he does his impressions and his whole face, he shapeshifts. If there's an alien out there, it's Jim Carrey. He shapeshifts his face. To go from Al Pacino to Jack Nicholson is crazy. His whole face switches. Jim Carrey is a GOAT. Respect to him. Love to him. But yeah, Sonic 3 is coming out. It is announced for December 20th, 2024. So just in time for the holidays, maybe a nice Christmas movie to take the family out to. I think we're going to go see this one on the big screen when it comes out. Because I haven't seen the last two, obviously, because of COVID and whatnot. But yeah, I think this is the one that we're gonna go and watch on the big screen. I'm a huge fan of it. I love Sonic. I grew up on Sonic. Sonic is the reason why I love chili dogs. Because in the game, you know, he used to eat the chili dogs. You have to collect the chili dogs, right? And in the comic or in the cartoon, that's what he would do. He would eat the chili dogs. Yeah. Sega, man. Sega owes Sonic a lot because Sonic was the flagship character for Sega. Like Mario to Nintendo? Yeah, that's how it was. What was PlayStation? Was it Final Fantasy? Xbox was Halo. I want to say PlayStation was Final Fantasy. I think that was kind of like the face of PlayStation at the time. At least in my little circle, it was like, oh, Final Fantasy's it. And I was like, man, just put in Madden, all right? Hey Alexa, can you show me a new barber?
Don't worry, I got you.
Boogie Down Barbershop in Taylorsville is now open. Anything from gentleman's cuts, taper, fade, or if you want to treat yourself to a nice hot towel shave, Boogie Down Barbershop has you covered. Cuts for men and kids. Book your appointment today at boogiedownbarbershop.com. Man, you know what sounds really good? Just some chips and salsa.
You want the best salsa ever? Get yourself some Sauce Up Salsa at sauceupsalsa.com. Fresh fire roasted salsa, fresh ingredients, fresh produce made just for you.
All right, that's it. That's all your bitch ass gets.
All right, that's all you get. Now, I didn't talk about Father's Day too much, but recap on my Father's Day. Family. We had our Sunday workout. Went and did that with the boys. Our first early 7 a.m. I'm there at 6:50, 6:45-ish workout. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Jackson Hoops and Jason for coming through. It was Jackson's first time coming to the workouts. Pause. And it makes me feel good when the homies at least try it, right? Come out, hang out, because there's a vulnerability. Like, you're sweating, you're about to die on a field, People get to see people at their worst. I mean, the team definitely gets to see me at my worst. I'm tired. I'm cramping. I'm crying like a little bitch on the field. And they're still supportive, right? But being a newcomer, you don't really know that until you jump into it, right? So if you are somebody out there that wants to work out with us, you're more than welcome to. We'll be out there every Sunday. We play basketball. I got the pickleball court, the pickleball equipment now, so we got to go to the pickleball court and try that out. I will be in Idaho Falls this Sunday though, so I'll try to get a workout in Idaho with Jackson. The hotel that we stay at, they have a cool gym, so maybe we'll do that. But yeah, Father's Day was great. We went out to my father-in-law's house in Ogden and barbecued, hung out, laughed, drank a whole bunch of Coors Light. And after I left, so I left a little early because wifey will get there at 1 o'clock and stay until 12 at night, right? But me, I'm like, nah, it's a Sunday. I'm going home. And it's Father's Day, so it's my time too, right? So I drop my dad and my stepmom off at their house. I leave, and then it's like 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and I'm out. I end up passing out. I wake up to a text message saying, hey, my car wouldn't start. We stayed the night at your dad's. I'm like, damn it. So remember I was telling you about the car issues where you replaced the battery, thought it was all good? Nope, it was the alternator. So we had to, go and buy a new alternator and, big old tires. They put it all together and everything like that. Thousands of dollars later, your boy's broke. So go buy a hoodie. allrock.com, ALLRAWK.com. Man, what else happened? Oh, Amari, he got his hand stuck in my father-in-law's bed of his truck. On the rim of a truck bed, there's like these holes where you can attach, the extension cord things, bungee cord. Well, he got his hand stuck in there, and so the fire department had to come out and cut it open, not his hand, but the truck, and get it out. So yeah, man, my man had a traumatic Father's Day, and Papa wasn't there to help him. So I'm sorry, but hey, he's all good. He didn't lose his hand. That's great. I wanted to, at the time of this recording, I just want to send good energy, good vibrations to the divers. Let me be specific. The Ocean Gate Titan submarine that is missing right now. At the time of this recording, they have, I think the analyst said that there is about 30 hours of oxygen left, and the whole thing that they went to do was to dive to see the Titanic in a little submarine, cramped submarine, very, very cramped submarine. And I believe there was 6 of them in there, 5 or 6 of them in the submarine, and they ended up losing contact with the people, the naval people or whatever, and they've just been lost at sea. Well, as of this morning, the U.S. Coast Guard, no, the British Coast Guard, I believe it was British, they heard something near the Titanic. They picked up a sound wave. So hopefully that's them. If it's them, are they still alive? Did they survive? Is it, did the pressure, did it break? I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs. Is it stuck on something? There's a lot of what ifs with this thing, and I just hope that, one, they find them. I mean, think about finding a submarine in the ocean, and it's not no naval big old submarine where you can walk and you have a dining hall and everything. No, this is a small submarine. This is I forget how long it is or how big it is, but it's tiny. It's very, very tiny. And it's not meant to be down there for that many days and that long, right? So this is a horrific thing. Think about being buried alive, only you're suffocating, right? In underneath where you don't know if you'll ever be found. That's a sad, scary thing. So just want to send good vibrations to the families, to the searchers. Hopefully they have all the technology to even find them, and if they do find them, hopefully they have the means to get them out and safely. Man, it's scary. Whew, man, sorry to leave you on a sad route. I was gonna open with that, but I missed it. Again, my name is DreRawka, DreRawk, You can follow me on Instagram, just at DreRawka. Also, allrock.com, ALLRAWK.com. You can get t-shirts. I'm actually gonna have some podcast unrestricted shirts on hand here soon. So if you want one, including some sticker packs, let me know. Well, I'll let you know when they're available. I'll make a social post and we'll have some fun with it. Summer. Next time I talk to you, it'll be summertime. So hopefully you and your family have a great summer kickoff. Maybe a barbecue. Maybe, playing football on the porch or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you do in the summer. Hopefully you have a great one. Hopefully you have the day you deserve. And always protect your light. Go get a Blue Jay. Go relax and barbecue with a nice Blue Jay. All right. Y'all take care. We out. Peace.